Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dominions 4, The Thrones of Ascension. We are Ulm, and we are forging ahead. And it is late summer in the year 3 of the Ascension Wars, and we have researched evocation to level 6, and so now I have trained all of my battlesmiths to either cast Magma Eruption or Iron Blizzard, depending on who they are. We also gained 3 levels of enchantment, so we also have Strength of Giants, which I haven't currently scripted anyone to cast, but that might be something we do in the near future. The monkeys, unfortunately, have claimed the Throne of the Stars. I believe that is a level 2 throne. We have some good news, though. Jack Schwarzar found a fire site, finally, in Wherein. The problem, of course, is that Wherein is the contested province right on the border of Black Ulm, so holding on to it's going to be tough. Cal Lord didn't find anything. Caractacus also found a fire site, Coppercliff. It actually gives 1 fire and 1 earth gem. And Platinum Black was unable to find anything himself. Now, there was a battle in Shepherd's Haven. Remember now, this is the province that they attacked last episode, and we defended it. Will we be able to do this again on the second attack? Looks like they aren't bringing... Well, they're bringing more now. They have a lot more of their national troops, especially their Death Sword guys, their Black Legionnaires. I have a spell that causes enemies' armor to fall off, and I'm wondering, I don't think Bane Metal is technically magical, because it doesn't work against magical armor, but I'm pretty sure Bane Metal is not magical. So that might be a good spell to use against them in the future. We really only have province defense here, and it's going to be a tough day for us. Yeah, this is just militia. They're already running. Our Ulmish infantry are brave, but completely outnumbered. And our archers are not arbalests. They're just regular bowmen. All in all, it was a pretty bad day for us. Let's see what happened. We lost 5 infantry of Ulm, and they actually gained 3 units. They lost 4 barbarians and a knight, but they gained soulless warriors. In Ulm, the harvest has been exceptional, and our tax was more than doubled, which is great. So here is the situation, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going for broke here. I am moving the entire group here in Wherein to Shepherd's Haven to stop this, nip it in the bud. Along with them, I'm sending Erectus and Enlord, who are both of my Iron Blizzarders, which will be very helpful. I have raised the province defense of Wherein to 30. If they come at it with their full force, we will lose it, but I have confidence that we could take it back again. I'm moving troops in from multiple angles, but I need to get this taken care of. Now, a lot of things can happen here, though. These guys, for example, can move up to Amphalia. They could take it before I even get a chance, so I'll conquer this easily, but they'll conquer that. And it'll be kind of a Benny Hill situation where they keep conquering provinces and I keep conquering them from them. Or they could go against Og Woods, where they'd probably be successful in taking out the province defense. They may completely miss these 2 guys heading from there, or they may fight in between, or who knows. So the thing is, the combat is resolved kind of randomly. So, for example, we could move into this province before they leave, and in case we'd engage them. Or they could leave first and we'd come later. These guys could come up here and fight this army and stop them from even moving here. There's a lot that can happen. Cunna is still searching for sites, and I'm going to create a Indie commander in Iron Range to build another fortress here. This is a great little choke point here, and it also protects this throne. So this is good insurance policy against Nazca, though they used to have a lot of troops here and now they're gone. They don't seem to want to move up in this direction too much. Pelagia is doing okay for itself, but really the issue is Black Ulm. And so far, their god is still sitting here in the Lake of God, which I guess is aptly named. And they still have the Dark Blue Sea, the Sea of Woe, and the Infinite Sea. Luckily, their heavily armored Ulmish troops cannot go under the water. We could take Dark Blue Sea, perhaps. Although we wouldn't be able to hold it. We could province defense it pretty good. Might be interesting and worth trying. Unfortunately, it will take a few turns to get enough troops to do it, but why not? Let's give it a try. Cal Lord didn't find anything in Cunna. Now he's going to Emnace. I've raised the province defense in Winden and Dovin to both 30, and I'm moving up Sloosh, Towington, and... No, I'm sorry, I'm moving Boba and Zazakita up to Scantras. They're eventually going to end up in Winden. I mentioned in an earlier episode that one strategy with Ulm is to back up province defense with Master Smiths, because they could buff them up and do some pretty awesome attacks. And I think that's a good way to defend these provinces without investing in a large army. Sloosh and Dimitri, the Forger of Despair, are heading south to the front lines through Zoglia. Dimitri has been gifted some Armor of Knights, which is far superior to his regular armor. We have some new guys to introduce to you. There's Chief Jaronka here in Oiperi. In Ulm, we have Overlord, the Priest Smith, who is going to be moving south to the front lines. In Umbro, we have Jan von Swabia. And in the Royal Forest, we have Garmet. And I have Rollo Tomasi here forging an ethereal crossbow for our commanders to actually have something to do in the battle besides just standing around. There's better bows in the air and fire paths, but I need to use my air for owl quills, and my fire is just finally starting to build up now that I have these two sites. That is the Copper Cliffs and the Tar Pits, but I need well more than that. Havel the Rock is moving to the Royal Forest to pick up some reinforcements. Arcade Knight is simply waiting for troops to be able to go out to battle. He's quite ready to go. Irati, since he has 4 Earth, is going to be site searching just to see if there might be a site that we missed. Wayland is heading to Belagor to search it. Hans is just waiting. Damaris, I'm starting to build roads and different things in my castles. The ones that don't need roads, that are already in Plains provinces, I'm building like additional towers and whatnot. They make them harder to siege, but that's not really the purpose. The purpose is it increases administration, which increases resources. And they're not that expensive, and I have the money, so I figured that's a good idea to do that. I may not have to build any castles up here, because my enemies have built 2 for me in Palame and the Parched Expanse. So if we could take those would be good castles for us to have. Anything else worth noting about this? Conant Constantine is just waiting here to get troops. I also gave him Armor of Knights. As far as research, I'm going full enchantment all the way down to Earthblood Deepwell, which I hope to have Chief Smith cast. He will need a pair of Earth Boots or Blood Stone. But that will basically give us a huge Earth Gem income, so we could start wasting Earth Gems practically. We'll have so many of them. And that's really that. Verdibot is still 4 turns away from producing the castle in the Western Plains. And I'm moving over Reus Strom. Is that supposed to be Reus? Yeah, it says Reus Strom. Okay. If it's supposed to be Storm and I just messed that up, let me know. But I'm moving him to Ogwoods to build a temple. Because once we have a temple, then we can, then we can recruit our dinosaurs and our... Well, we can already recruit a Jade. Should I get a Jade Sorceress instead of a Smith here? What I'm really hoping for is a 2 water and a 2 nature to help with site searching. The problem is I could recruit like 10 of these things before I get those, and that's not a very efficient use of my time. But I'll try 1. See if we get lucky. Why not? Otherwise, I just really need troops badly. I was thinking of recruiting Amazons here instead of my native troops because they're about half as many resources, so I can get twice as many troops. Problem is, I don't know how effective they'll be against Black Ulm. I know for a fact our Arbalests are amazing against Black Ulm. So I want to spam those guys. Night Marsh I'm going to leave alone, but I may go all the way to Bycliffe. I want to take Winter Peaks, but that's right next to Xibalba's capital, and I feel like that's just going to be agitating them. I think what causes them to declare war on you is if your Dominion takes over their Dominion. Right now that's not happening. Shepherd's Haven and Anfale are actually under Black Ulm's Dominion. My Dominion isn't pushing into anyone else's, so that's why you haven't seen any war declarations against me. And Conan's waiting, yes. Hiding. Anko's hiding in Salam still. Parabel's just waiting. They don't really have much in the way of troops, except for in the front lines. So if we can break through the front lines, we can pretty much, I believe, take their lands fairly easily. With the exception, of course, of the Citadel itself. Batman's hanging out at the Sun Throne. The level 3 throne. Let's take a look at that real quick, actually. Did they get a level 2? No, Throne of the Stars is only level 1. But it does boost Astral Ritual range and gives them 2 pearls. And the monkeys can really use pearls. They're great Astral mages. Alright, let's end this. Ah, the suspense. Okay. No magic sites in Gomer, no magic sites in the Royal Forest, and no magic sites in Doven. Great. Shabalba looks like they are attacking Salam. They're attacking the throne. Let's see how that goes for them. Okay, they are being led by a Mound King. No kidding. And they have some Chok Mook Obsidian Warriors. I guess those are their elite sacred troops. They also have Poisonous Skin. Not sure what that means. If you attack them, you get poisoned? I don't know. Does it say? That's not the right guy. Anyone coming into contact with it will be affected by the poison. The poison causes the victim to stiffen and eventually become immobile. Large beings are less affected by this effect. Alright. They have a fair amount of these guys. Let's see what happens. What are they up against? Oh, this throne is not well protected. But they do have a sorcerer. And a bunch of... Okay, so this is one of those death, blood type dealies. And a bunch of knights. Even if they lose this battle, though, everything that the province defense loses won't be coming back. So it's going to be a bad day for them. Let's speed it up. They might win if they Skelly spam correctly. The knights are gone, though. Well, this isn't looking good. They need to kill enough of the frogs to lower their morale. Yep, they did it. I don't know if they'll be so lucky the next time, though. Alright, Shepherd's Haven. We're attacking Black Ulm. This was our counterattack. Let's see how it materializes. We are pretty beefy. Although we're a bit light on our infantry screen. We do have Guardians defending our Smiths. Alright. Uh-oh. So they did what I thought. They moved out of the province. We're going to kill this easily. We lost nothing, but here we go. They took the fight to Anphalia. I think we have them trapped now, though, and that is not much. But we don't have much either. A couple Master Smiths would have turned the tide in this battle. But we'll see. The arrows are pretty much useless. Only arbalests hurt these guys. Heck, if we can even take out a couple of them, that wouldn't be too bad. What they're doing is they're making an even larger army, because they turn our dead into soulless warriors, as you can see. Not that a couple soulless warriors is a big deal, but... yeah. Of course they were victorious, and they lost 1 Bane Metal Infantry. Alright, Midgefens. Oh, this is where our scout is. And they're attacking with Ictiids. And Midgefens. Oh, this is one of those provinces with the Dark Vines and the Bloodhenge Druids. They might put up a good fight. Yeah, they're agonizing these poor... Holy moly, yeah. The Ictiids just... they couldn't handle it. They're getting knocked out by woodsmen. That's how scared they are. That's pretty rough. Alright. So here we go. They're trapped in Anphalia. They're also moving their armies away from here, so they can't... well, they can reach me from Omur. This is a really small army. I'm not too worried about them. I think I'm going to have Gru, Erectus, and Endlord. Actually, Jack Schwarzar has not been upgraded yet. Iron Skin, Magma Eruption, Magma Eruption. Actually, let's do Strength of Giants first. And then, because you have to let them get closer. Magma Eruption is not exactly a very long. It only goes 25. And as we saw earlier, the distances are a bit longer than that. So if we give them 3 turns to do their thing and get closer, that should be better. Alright, Jack, you're good to go. Earth Might, Legions of Steel, Earth Meld. That's fine. I actually like what Demonicus is doing. Earth Meld is pretty decent against Black Ulm. And then Colonial's doing Destruction. He's trying to wreck their armor, and then Magma Eruption when they get closer. Colonial, if you'll remember, has the 3 Earth. Alright. So, Drow Lover is going to head up north with his army, and he's going to be joined by Gru, Erectus, Erectus and Endlord. They're going to take these guys while the rest of the team heads back to Morenni. And let's get some province defense here. Not a lot, though, because we might lose it again. I don't want to waste the money. So 20 is where we're going to start. Alright. Unfortunately, I was correct. We didn't get crap. So, but we do have a level 1 nature searcher. I mean, that's better than nothing. But, and we'll search with her until we get a number 2. In the meantime, Ethna. Okay. Over here we have Chase, Vader. Okay. In Oiperi, we have, ooh, another 2 fire. Good to have. And not old age for 2 fire. That's pretty special. Matthees. I remember that name from my Thea, the Awakening Let's Play. I'm sure Matthees will contribute. And now our new priest, our black priest, is going to be Private. I can't spell today, folks, sorry. LSD. I presume it's LSD. If I'm wrong and Private is just a Mormon and wants to be Private LDS, I could do that. And Theodoric, another 2 fire. This one, unfortunately, old age, is going to be Hannah Banana. So, it's going to be another female smith. An old female smith. But with 2 fires, so we're probably going to want her to go to the front lines pretty quickly. Okay, Chief's going to search. What else is going on here? We'll have Caractacus search in Umador. Hopefully, Shabalba will stay off my back. We'll have Cal-Lord search in Emnes, and we'll move these guys up also to Emnes on their way to Winden. Looks like searching up to level 3 here didn't gain us anything. To be expected. To be expected. Alright, Conan Constantine. You've waited patiently. You're going to get our Ethereal Crossbow. And you are now going to change your instructions to fire. And large enemy monsters. The reason why I'm doing this is because the Ethereal Crossbow, one of the cool things about it, is that it does 999 armor negating damage. So, if you have like a big giant enemy, you want to target him because you can probably take him out in one hit. However, it is magic resistance negating. Now, a typical commander does not have any magical ability. So I'm wondering, and a heroic precision would have been great. I'm wondering if a spell focus, which basically helps you get through magic resistance, I'm wondering if that would help him at all. If you know, please let me know in the comments. And we're not getting very many of these guys here. We need to get this more fully under our dominion. And Ethna's going to be searching, and we'll have another one next turn. A lot of you did not put female names, so it's going to be interesting. But whatever. These guys could be whatever gender we want. We could have a an Amazon with a name like, you know, Jack or Sam or whatever. It's a free country. All right. Oops. All right, so we could just send Arcade Knight out. He is going to cast spells. You know, one thing I don't like about this setup is that, well, I guess the crossbowman can be his bodyguard, but if he gets attacked by an assassin, he can only lead 3 squads. I mean, he could theoretically lead a 4th squad. It'll lower the morale of all these squads to +2 instead of +3. Remember, he gets the +3 from the Helmet of Heroes. So it wouldn't necessarily be a terrible thing. They can get away with +2 morale. That's better than any of our other commanders. But not really necessary. So let's set him up. Let's go with a line formation in the front. It's going to lower the morale. And we're going to hold an attack closest. These guys are going to hold an attack rear. And these guys, we're going to do a double line. And the reason I'm doing that is because hopefully it will allow him to get lost kind of in their ranks. So he can cast his combustion. And they are going to fire to no one in particular. Alright, so who's going to accompany Arcade Knight? Actually, we should do it from this screen. Cyber Commando's been waiting patiently. Alright, you don't need the boots because you're going to be casting Iron Blizzard, and you don't need it for that. So, Earth Power, Iron Skin, and then Iron Blizzard. Okay. Oh, when we cast spells. And we also want someone to, and we'll put him here. And we also want someone to buff up our troops. So, Arati? What are you? You're awesome. I mean, you're 4 Earth. I don't want to necessarily waste you, but what I'm going to do with you is you're going to do Iron Skin. And I do like Temper Flash because I want to keep you alive. And then instead of Blade Wind, you are going to Magma Erupt. And you'll be here. Alright, Rollo, we need him to forge. Alright, Garment. We'll have you be our buffer. So, Legions of Steel. Strength of Giants. And Legions of Steel again. So that means you're gonna... Actually, yeah, let's put you down here with these guys. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna give you 5 archers of your own to kind of hang out and guard you. Actually, I gave those to Rollo, didn't I? There we go. Alright. So Garment, Arati, and Arcade Knight, and Cyber Commando. You guys are going to head... I wonder, could they take range of shadow? Let's give it a try. Nothing to lose. Kana, let's get to Iron Range. Fenag is actually going to be Chief Mikey. So we have a Mike from New Zealand and a Chief Mikey. Pretty popular name. And a Chief, I'll get you some armor as soon as it's available. But you are going to construct a castle. That's my plan there. And alright folks, I think that's about it. I'm just going to move the rest of these commanders closer to the front. I'll forge all the typical stuff that we're used to forging at this point. I could theoretically give one of these sorceresses a hammer and start forging cool nature and water things, which actually might become quite helpful because the nature path has food items like the Endless Bag of Wine, which will help you in an area like a wasteland or a death dominion where there's not a lot of supplies to keep your troops from getting diseased. And I think for an army that's going to be large human troops, that's very thematic. Obviously, they wouldn't be marching giant armies around without some way of feeding them. So once again, I am Marcus Aurelius. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Of course, we are Ulm. We will continue to forge ahead like no one's business. Have a good one.